Thank you. This meeting is called to order. It is Monday, November 14th, 2022. The time is 6:59 PM. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass,
I'm here.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Here.
Vice Mayor Taylor,
Here.
Mayor Williams.
I am here. Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by a pledge of allegiance. Now, pledge of allegiance. Okay, once again, thank you for joining us for tonight's regular commission meeting. Madam Clerk, any awards, proclamations, or acknowledgements?
Yes, Madam Mayor, we do have awards, acknowledgements, City of Opa-locka Scholarship Awards.
Okay, thank you. If the commission doesn't mind to join me at the podium down front. So we are so excited to be presenting our annual scholarship winners. We know that we haven't been able to do this in a while, so glad that the commission brought this back and to make sure and ensure that every single year we award scholarships to graduating seniors that live within the great city of Opa-locka. So first of all, let's just give a round of applause to all recipients, as well as those that even if they didn't get a scholarship, but for those that actually graduated and are furthering their education. So we do have, who is this? Our first recipient is Miss Bernice Pierre Georges. And we have a check. Ooh, let me get your signature on that real quick. We have a check for $1,000, and Miss Pierre will be attending Nova Southeastern University, and I'm also a graduate of Nova as well. Our next scholarship recipient is Miss Kimberly Downer. Kimberly Downer. Oh, wait, I left my paper. I left the paper. I left the paper on. Oh. So let me go back. I'm so sorry. Miss Kimberly Downer who was just here. is a graduate of Hialeah Miami Lakes Senior High School, HML. All right, go Trojans. Yes, my baby goes there now. Her college, she will be attending Miami-Dade College. Her extracurricular activities include, first of all, let me say she has a GPA of 4.338. Amazing. Feeding South Florida, volunteering on the beaches. HIP, I love the HIP Club. It's amazing. FFEA, Future Educators of America. She also was a Magnet Ambassador and ROTC National Honor Society and Vice President of the Justice Society. So we know, Miss Kimberly, we're going to see you up here on the dais one day. Amazing. And Miss Bernice Pierre Georges, also a graduate of HML, Hialeah Miami Lakes, go Trojans, with a GPA, yes, Mayor Taylor is a graduate, a GPA of 4.6330, amazing. Like we said before, she will be attending Nova Southeastern University. Her extracurricular activities include cheerleading, track, bowling, flag football. She was a vice president of HIP, treasurer of the Justice Society, president of FFEA, and participated in the National Honor Society. She also helped her fellow classmates to register to vote. Beautiful. And she cleaned up within her school and city. So give her a shout out. And our last recipient is joining us virtually. Her name is Miss Janaya Toomer, and she is presently at Florida A&M University, Rattler, my freshman year there. I'm not sure if she hears us. Miss Toomer is a graduate of Miami Norland Senior High School with a 4.069, and her extracurricular activities included the volunteer at New Harvest Church Farm Share. She was captain of the Miami Norland volleyball team, and she volunteered for the Joe DiMaggio Christmas Toy Drive, and she also tutors students. So she's presently at FAMU, so we give her a shout out. And we'll take a picture with, we're gonna take a picture with her chat.
Can you guys see me?
She's on, there you go, yay. Would you like to say anything?
Oh, yes, I just want to say thank you to the city of Opa-locka for investing in my education and in my future and supporting me along my journey.
Beautiful. Thank you all so much. So let's give a shout out to Miss Kimberly Downer, Miss Bernice Pierre Georges, and Miss Jaya Toomer. Thank you all so much. And we look forward to giving out this yearly scholarship to the students of the great city of Opa-locka. Thank you. Oh, does she have a representative? No, okay. So we'll take a picture. We'll take a picture. And if the families want to come up as well, you can come up and take a picture. It's up to you. Can't get through that high school without moms.
Say, I guess.
Okay, and moving on, do we have any deferrals or deletions from the consent agenda? Okay. Hearing none. Madam Clerk, roll call. I'm
Madam
sorry,
Mayor?
can I have a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass,
Second,
second by Commissioner Davis. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Davis,
yes.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes,
Motion passes 4-0.
thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any add-on agenda items?
Yes, Madam Mayor, we do have several add-on items. The first one would be included as 14-1. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, repealing resolution number 22-019 and accepting the proposal of Roar Media LLC for public relations and marketing consultant services pursuant to RFP number 22-0614-100. Further authorizing the interim city manager to enter into an agreement for same in an amount not to exceed $144,000 per fiscal year, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. This item is being sponsored by the interim city manager and will be included under new items 14-1. I need a motion in a second, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Can I have a motion to amend the agenda to include add-on item 14-1?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass,
Second,
second by Commissioner Davis. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes,
Motion passes 4-0.
okay. Item 14-2 into record.
The next item 14-2, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, authorizing and approving an employment agreement attached hereto between the city and Darvin Williams as city manager, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. This item is sponsored by the interim city manager, and again, it will be included as 14-2 under new items.
Okay. Can I have a motion to amend the agenda to include add-on item 14-2?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass,
Second,
second by Commissioner Davis. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
No.
Mayor Williams.
Yes,
Motion passes 3-1.
Madam Clerk, if you can,
I'm sorry, I apologize. Motion fails. And just for the record, add-on items require 4/5 of the vote.
Madam Clerk, add on item 14-3.
14-3, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, adopting the election results of the City of Opa-locka general and special election held on November 8, 2022, as set forth in attached Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date. This item is sponsored by the city clerk.
Can I have a motion to amend the agenda to include item 14-3?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Dominguez,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Madam Clerk, can I have I'm sorry, can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass. Can I have a second? Nobody wants to approve? Thank you. Second by Commissioner Davis. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Can I have a motion to approve special commission meeting minutes for October 5th, 2022?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Dominguez,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Can I have a motion to approve the special commission meeting minutes for November 3rd, 2022?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Dominguez,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Madam Clerk, do we have any District 1 or District 2 County Commissioner reports?
No, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any public presentations?
Yes, we do have one public presentation and it will be from Markham LLP. And their presentation will be on the City of Opa-locka Annual Financial Report for fiscal year ended September 30th, 2020.
Thank you. Is the representative from Markham here?
Madam
Oh,
Mayor,
yes.
they may be online, so
Okay.
they may be
Oh, got
joining
it. Okay.
virtually.
Are they ready, Mr. Lu? Okay. Okay. Okay,
Good evening.
thank you. Yes, you can begin. Thank you.
I have my camera on, but I just want to, I don't know if are you gonna allow for me to have my camera on? Right now, it's not working.
Okay, can you try now?
Yes.
Thank
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, perfect. So, good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and City Commission and City Manager and meeting attendees. My name is Mo Riza, and my colleague Brandon Lopez was also logged on. I don't know if you see him, but we're here today to present the 2020 fiscal year end audited financial statements. In front of you, as part of the agenda package, you should have received a paper copy of the annual financial report. The annual financial report, as promised, was completed and released in October. But due to weather conditions, the meeting today's presentation was postponed, but this document has been released for some time now. If you're following along, I'm going to turn over to printed page 1 of the document, which is the independent auditor's report. So if you have the document in front of you and you want to follow along, printed page 1, which has the title is Independent Auditor's Report. The first paragraph, titled Report on Financial Statements, makes reference to what we audited, and we've audited the financial statements of the city of Opa-locka as of and for the fiscal year ended September 30th, 2020. The second paragraph, titled Management's Responsibility for the Financial Statements, makes reference to what is management responsible for. And they're responsible for preparing these documents, and they do so by following accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. And the third paragraph, titled Auditor's Responsibility, makes reference to what we, Markham LLP, as your external auditor, is responsible for. And we're responsible to issue multiple opinions on the financial statements based on our audit. And we do so by following several sets of standards. The audit was conducted in accordance with auditing standards generally accepted in the United States of America, as well as government auditing standards. Government auditing standards is the second layer of standards that we follow, and we're required to do so as directed to us by the Florida Auditor General. Every municipality in the state of Florida, when they have a financial statement audit being performed, has to be done under government auditing standards. If you turn the page with me, printed page 2, you have a basis for qualified opinion, and it makes reference to the accounting for due to and due from other fund activity for the fiscal year September 30th, 2020. And we bring that as an attention as a matter for improvement. And then on the qualified opinion paragraph in the middle of printed page 2, it reads as follows. In our opinion, except for the effects described in the basis for qualified opinion, which is the due from activity, the financial statements that we've audited, which were referred to above, present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the governmental activities, the business type activities, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information of the city as of September 30th, 2020. In essence, what we're communicating to the city is the financial statements are prepared under United States generally accepted accounting principles. We believe the amounts are complete and accurate, but there is an item that we bring to your attention, which is the due from, which qualifies the opinion, as there needs to be an accounting review on that activity for proper reporting. Other than that, as mentioned, the financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the city of Opa-locka. Following the auditor's report, if you turn with me to printed page 4, this is the MD&A. The MD&A starts on page 4, and it takes us to page 19. From printed page 4 to printed page 19, it's the management discussion and analysis. This document is a lengthy document, but if you were to read, it has over 120 pages. But if you were to read or wanted to read a summary of the fiscal year activity, I direct you to read the MD&A from page 4 to 19, which summarizes all the current initiatives of the city, all its financial forecasts, also comparing actual to actual activity of the fiscal year 2020 versus 2019. And the nice thing about the MD&A is that not only does it provide quantitative information, it provides qualitative information as well. So it provides you financial highlights comparing fiscal year activity for 2 fiscal years. And not only does it show you the dollar variance or percent variance to see how your revenues or expenses, your capital assets have fluctuated, your liabilities and your net position, but it pretty much gives you the underlying reason, justification, explanation of what is driving the current year activities of the city of Opa-locka. Following that, it's the financial statements and the footnotes. And following that, I do want to make reference to the reports that we issued under the government auditing standards. As I mentioned, there is that second layer auditing requirements set forth by the Florida Auditor General. And now I'm on printed page 83, if you're following along. And on printed page 83, we have our government auditing standards or yellow book report. In the first page, on page 83, we also mentioned that the fact that we do consider internal controls for designing our audit procedures. And then we make reference to what are known as deficiencies in internal controls, or what I like to call items in the pursuit of perfection in regards to how the city of Opa-locka can improve some of its processes and protocols. Those items are further highlighted on page 91. If you turn with me to page 91, we have a summary of recommendations that we communicate to the elected body and city management and regarding to areas for improvement. That being said, we also make reference to the fact that this is the first year we're auditing the city of Opa-locka. We took over a predecessor auditor, so there was a change in auditor. And there are certain items that the previous auditor did report that are no longer considered items of concern. So as a new auditor, we're required to follow up on previous recommendations. So pleased to say that there are several recommendations from prior years that have been addressed properly by management, and those have been removed from section 2 of the Yellow Book report. Following the financial statements, if you turn with me to printed page 117, if you're following along, printed page 117, that page, if you're in the correct page, it should be a page that is on the city's letterhead. And this section is titled the Corrective Action Plan. And what this section does is, as a result of the areas for improvement that we bring to the city management's attention and your attention, these are the responses from city management's office and the finance department. They work tirelessly with other team members and department heads across the city to tailor their responses. This responses go into if the city's in agreement with our recommendations and what is the action plan to facilitate the moving along with those recommendations. So these responses are drafted by the city's personnel. And not only does it tell you what is the intent of the city to remediate the recommendation, but it also includes who is the responsible party at the city. It has to be a city employer, of course, that will spearhead the recommendation protocols in order to remediate the recommendations communicated to the city. And that takes us to the last page, which is 121. So I wanted to make reference to this section because as part of the audit process, our goal is not to pinpoint every item. No organization is perfect. We service over 47 government entities in the state of Florida and 250 over the entire United States of America. So there's having areas for improvement is common, but as part of the audit process, management does have the opportunity And we appreciate that dialogue that we have with management in order to have a response to the items that we bring to their attention for areas for improvement. So just wanted to highlight the fact that we never come to a conclusion or report an item for improvement without sitting down with management and drafting our preliminary results and allowing both parties to digest all the information and make sure that we only conclude based on facts and the actual circumstances on hand. With that, this is the 2020 financial statement. Again, it has been issued and released for some time now, as required by the Florida Auditor General. This was also submitted to the Florida Auditor General's office, which they're required to receive a copy of this document, as well as posting in the Logger platform that is hosted by the state of Florida CFO's office. With that, I'll open it up to any questions any of the members may have.
Thank you so much for, first of all, assisting and completing the audit, much needed audit that in order to move our city forward. We appreciate you, Markham LLC, for all the commitment, along with Ms. Walker and the finance team to make this happen. Does anyone on the commission have any questions or comments? Okay, Mr. Manager, did you want to respond to anything that he mentioned?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to state that we appreciate the work that Markham has done. We appreciate the work that our team and our finance department has done, identifying the findings and addressing them, moving forward and getting this done. As you all know, this has been a long time coming, and we're very, very happy that we were able to pull everything together, put a team together to get Opa-locka's finances in order. As you all are aware, we've been without a finance director in this city for many, many years. So we're very, very grateful to have Ms. Walker come on board and make such a important impact.
Thank you so much. All right. Moving on. Madam Clerk, if you can read into record the rules for citizens forum.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening. City of Opa-locka Commission meetings are held in person at Shabandi Village Auditorium, 215 Opa-locka, Florida. Members of the public wishing to address the commission may do so in person or virtually. Those persons wishing to participate virtually should register prior to the scheduled meeting time on the city's website at www.opalockafl.gov. When speaking before the commission, please make sure to give your full name and address for the record. There is a 3-minute time limit for public comments. Please adhere to the decorum policy, which is part of the commission meeting agenda. City Commission meetings are aired through live stream at www.youtube.com/user/City of Opa-locka. And at this time, Madam Mayor, we do have one individual that has registered to speak virtually, former Commissioner Dorothy Johnson.
Okay. Thank you. Citizens forum is open. And we will begin with our virtual comment.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commission. My name is Dottie Johnson. I reside at 13724 Northwest 22nd Place in Opa-locka. I got a couple of suggestions, but I also want to bring a couple of things to your attention. When you guys came in 18, there was a sitting commission that we, the public, made sure that all the new elected officials had an opportunity to weigh into all future legislation. I saw that sort of tonight slipping, and I'm glad that it was deferred. The legal sufficiency, when it comes down to legal sufficiency, all legislation must be reviewed by the attorney. Now, mostly everyone that is sitting up there, I've heard conversation and it just went slides right on over. But that's not correct, in my opinion, my professional opinion. With the CRA, I've really zoomed into a lot of the meetings, went back and reviewed the financial statements where you had one, but you passed the budget. How could that be? And every last one that's there now sit on that board. Legislation is drafted by the attorney. The city attorney, and I went back and I read her agreement, is an employee of the city of Opa-locka and not the CRA. My concern with the CRA, because in 2012, I was on the commission and I made sure that all the I's was dotted and the T's was crossed. And I see I
I'm sorry,
mixed it
Miss-
at this time.
I'm sorry, Ms. Johnson, are we speaking on the commission or the CRA? We can't speak on CRA here.
Well, this is why I think I can speak on it, because each one of you all are board members and now you're in a different role as a commission. And as citizens input, I'm assuming that anything that affected the welfare of the city, I'm allowed to speak on. I didn't know I was restricted. But I got that point over, and thank you very much. I'll look into the citizen bill of right, because I think I'm being restricted. The audit committee, the audit management finding. I have never heard recently of any of those findings being discussed in your budget meeting, nor have I heard the broadcast or the internal controls that should be put in place. But by now, since 2017, we should have accurate information as we go forward. And to the city clerk and to the commission, since I can't talk on certain items, the CRA, because you serve on that board, I would like to have that information in writing and provided to me via email or to my mailing address. Thank you very much, and you all have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you. Citizens forum is open.
Sorry. Okay, my name is Celia Pruitt. I reside at 2350 Northwest 141 Street. First, I'd like to congratulate all the ones, everyone who won the election. So I look forward to working with you and giving some ideas to you. And you all, most of y'all know who I am, and feel free to give me a call or stop by. It's no problem. You know, this is part of my house also, so it's okay. Secondly, I like to applaud our city manager, Mr. Williams, on taking care of the problem, that trash pile at by the Family Dollar. It looks a lot better. So thank you, and to our Public Works Department also. I'm quite sure they had a hand in it too, so I applaud them also. My next thing is addressed to Miss Wilcox, which I have a good rapport with her. My late sister and I used to have good conversations with her, but I have an issue with this particular squatter situation. It's gotten worse. At 2410 Northwest 141st Street, this past weekend, and the holiday that we had for veterans, it's just embarrassing. These people, they have new people come in, they park their vehicle up there like they pay rent, whatever it may be. And from the front door, and I kid you not, from the front door to the street, it's trash. It's ridiculous that we allow people to come into our home, because this is part of my home, to disrespect us like this here. I've had a couple of people, neighbors, that have gone to them, and is almost getting into a confrontation because they told them that this is ridiculous. You all have this place looking like this here. We don't live like this here. So it's I don't want anything to happen, but it's gonna get kind of nasty. But we need to do something about that house. It's embarrassing. You can't even go to the park area and sit because you're looking right into that house and to that door. And the people going to the schools, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's actually pouring out from the front door. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Onto the street. And we have a holiday approaching next week. And to have our city like this, we have visitors, out of town guests coming in, and they have to pass by and see that it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And we need to do something. And I don't want to hear, oh, we can't do anything. Work your magic. Because if I'm paying my taxes, work your magic. If you need, I got some ideas, but I'm leaving it up to you all. Work your magic. But we need to have that taken care of ASAP. ASAP. And then you have one guy, he's on the motorbike riding the street up and down loud, just all night long. Because they, you know, whatever they are doing, they going.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Citizens forum is open. Citizens forum is closed. Madam Attorney, if you can read into record, new item 14-1.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, repealing resolution number 22-019 and accepting the proposal of Roar Media LLC for public relations and marketing consulting services pursuant to RFP number 22-0614100. Further authorizing the interim city manager to enter into an agreement for same, an amount not to exceed $144,000 per fiscal year, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the interim city manager.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to discuss add-on item 14-1? I can't hear you.
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Bass,
Second.
second by Commissioner Davis. This is a public comment item. Public comments is open. Public comments is closed. Do we have any discussion or question? I believe the PR firm is here, correct? Okay, Mr. Manager, would you speak on the item and then call up if you want?
Absolutely, Madam Mayor. Thank you. So as you all have been aware for several months, it has been the effort of the city to bring in a firm, a PA firm that take over the significant amount of work that is required for the city of Opa-locka. We did attempt to move forward with the last firm. We made every effort from multiple departments, from the police department, the city manager's office, the community redevelopment agency, and the community development department. We agreed unanimously, in budget and risk department. We agreed unanimously that it was not a proper fit due to some of the failings in delivery of work product and timing. So we revisited the RFP and went to the number 2 firm in the RFP, which is Roar Media. So we're excited to bring them forward today. And tonight we're going to ask, we have the president here and one of our residents who is also an employee of Roar Media, Mr. Alex Van Meckel. I'm going to ask that Jacques and Mr. Van Meckel come up to represent Roar Media to answer any questions that the members of the commission may have.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Williams, esteemed commission. Mr. Williams, City Manager. It's a pleasure to be here. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Commissioner Bass.
just a comment. I am.
Commissioner Bass, I promise we
You can't
cannot
hear
hear
me?
you.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm elated to see that we have come this far. And I'm even more so elated to know that we have a resident of the city of Opa-locka being a part of this, who knows the city better than many, many residents who have been here forever. Again, I'm just pleased and I'm looking forward to working with you and to see how you can promote our city in a positive manner. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. So happy you're here. Finally, we got a PR firm. So, and of course, Mr. Van Meckle.
Madam Mayor, Commission, City Manager, I've long spoken to the prospect, the beauty, the potential, and the many that I've rubbed elbows with and fallen in love with in over a year now of living and owning in the city. It just so happens that I also am a practiced and certified public relations practitioner that saw upon the opportunity of providing the resources in the form of an agency I too have fallen in love with. Jacques Hart, the CEO of Roar Media, has long held a firm grasp of what it takes to have an effective and impressionable public relations and marketing firm. Full comprehensive, digital first, forward thinking. We love to make very close partnerships with our clients, with our partners, and we see it as just that, a true partnership. And from those that I've gotten to know on the current commission to the ones that are incoming, I'm a firm believer in what is to come for this city. And it's going to take an effective partner in the form of PR and marketing to execute on some of the important initiatives and communication strategies that's going to help to inform residents like myself and others who have long held a disconnect between some of the great work that's happening at the city to what's actually happening out on the street. So I personally am very excited at this. I was honored to be part of the initial process back in late spring, early summer. And I look forward to working with all of you and to also introducing you to a swath of others that come with this proposal. My colleagues at Roar Media that are just as elated, assuming it's approved, just as elated at the prospect of working with the city of Opa-locka.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Madam Attorney, roll call. I'm so sorry, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes,
Motion passes 4-0.
thank you. Madam Attorney, item 14.3.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, adopting the election results of the City of Opa-locka general and special election held on November 8th, 2022, as set forth in attached Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city clerk.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to move the item? Move it. Moved by Commissioner Dominguez. Okay. The item was not moved. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Hasn't been moved.
So my question would be, Madam Mayor, when does the commission want to adopt the certification provided by Miami-Dade County in terms of the City of Opa-locka general and special election that was held on November 8th, because it needs to take place pursuant to the charter, section 2.6.
Madam Attorney, when,
Madam Mayor, what is the question? I'm sorry.
oh God. If it is not moved, when, according to Ms. Flores, when will the next time, I guess, it would need to be come back to the commission?
Well, the way that the charter reads, it's supposed to be after certification. So, as soon as practicable after certification.
So if the item has not been moved tonight, the question is, I'm asking again. Does it come back the next meeting? That's what I'm asking.
You could have a special meeting.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Commissioner Bass.
to Ms. Flores, is there a time frame, or it depends on the commission?
Let me just read section 2.6 of the city charter. And I don't interpret the law, but I can just tell you what's in our charter. Section 2.6. The first meeting of each newly elected commission and mayor for induction into office shall be held as soon as practicable after the vote has been certified. So if you all tell me when to bring it back, then I will bring it back at that time. But as of now, it was moved, and obviously motion dies for lack of a second. But this still needs to take place at some point.
Okay. Does anyone have anything? Yeah. Okay. All right, so the motion has died. I'm sorry, the agenda item.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
can I please have some direction in terms how we want to move forward with this
That's why
item?
I'm asking Commissioner Bass, someone, hello?
You know what?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I believe the clerk said, since the item died from, from the lack of a second, I believe the clerk said that we can bring the item back.
In a special
In a
commission.
special, commission meeting. So I will put I don't know if we have a date certain or we just want to poll the commission to see when would be best to come back and do it. Obviously, that's the will of the commission.
So Madam Clerk, if I'll give you direction, please poll the commission for a special commission meeting so that we can certify or bring it to a vote.
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Okay, thank
Will
you.
do.
Madam Mayor?
So, yes,
Yeah, I just want to weigh in and just say that, you don't want to be in a position where you are sued because someone's saying they're not sworn in as soon as practicable. So you might argue that tonight could be the soonest time, as soon as practicable, because it's the date of certification. You have a meeting tonight. I just caution you all that you don't want to
Okay.
wait too long.
okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Mhm. You ready? Okay. Item 6,
I'm sorry, Madam Mayor. I
yes.
do have one additional question.
Sure.
So, and this would be to the city attorney. So my question is, does this resolution has to be approved by the commission first before I can swear in the newly elected officials?
Well, the way this reads, the induction into office shall be held as soon as practical after the vote has been certified. So the vote would actually need to be certified.
So the answer is,
Well, the vote has been certified by the supervisor of elections office. So you could read it that the induction
What-
to office could take place whether they vote or not.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Madam
Madam-
Attorney.
Madam Clerk, wasn't it originally scheduled for December 14th or something like that? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yes, so, Madam Mayor, if I may, so Miami-Dade County Elections have provided a tentative date for providing the
Okay.
certification. That date was November 18th. But it did have subject to change on it. I did
Okay.
receive the certification earlier today. And I thought since, more than likely there will be a cancellation for the second meeting in November due to the holidays, that this would be as soon as practicable to have it on this agenda for the commission to approve.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Commissioner Bass.
that was my thoughts about the 14th. And that's why I hesitated, because for me, hearing the 14th and now we're doing it now, just kind of, according to the mayor, give me pause. So that was my reasoning.
And Madam Mayor, unfortunately, I'm sorry.
No.
Unfortunately, I have no control in terms of the dates that's provided by Miami-Dade County Elections. Since the city of Opa-locka is piggybacking off Miami-Dade County Elections, they have their own canvassing board that certify the results. And although they provide dates, they are subject to change, so.
Okay. So it didn't move on a second. We're gonna come to a special commission meeting and there's that. Okay.
So yes, I will poll the commission for
Okay.
a date. And based on what the attorney has stated, that I can swear in the newly elected officials.
Okay, thank you so much. Moving on, item 16A1.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, repealing and replacing Chapter 4, Article 1 to establish a nuisance abatement program, providing for the creation of a special nuisance abatement trust fund, providing for definitions, providing for supplemental means for enforcement, providing for powers and duties of a nuisance inspector, providing for enforcement procedure, compliance requirements, penalties, attorney's fees, remedial measures, and imposition of a special assessment and liens to recover costs, providing for adoption of representations, providing for severability, providing for conflict and repealer, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by Mayor Williams.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to move and discuss agenda item 16A1?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Davis
Second.
and second by Commissioner Bass. This is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. So just to give, we've talked about this item a few times, and it's long overdue and in the making. I also want to shout out Mr. Alex. We had this conversation about the open storage. Now, this does say nuisance and abatement, and I will let the attorney speak on it because open storage does need to be and is included within this legislation. However, we're still in the process of ensuring that when we talk about citizens cleaning up their yards, making sure and ensuring that the items in their yard is placed somewhere that is not, of course, be called, I'm gonna say a nuisance, so that it is not, let me see, so that we're able to have the beautification within our city. I'm actually going to pitch the ball over to the city attorney who spearheaded in this legislation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This item, as we've talked about before, gives more of a robust and nature and force to nuisance abatement, which included it within nuisance abatement would be open storage, which was your primary concern. But we've been talking over a number of meetings with the planning department about different things that can be done in the city to be more comprehensive in how the city would address issues, and to include possibly putting on the tax rolls a nuisance abatement process. So when people neglect to pay, there will be a trust fund that's set up that would be dedicated to funding abatement of nuisances, such as many of the issues, Madam Mayor, you've raised in the past, which people drop trash in bulk and various other things. This does still need a little bit of work, in that we're still looking for a definition from management, and I'm hoping to get that sometime soon. We're also looking to put and solidify the amounts that would be charged through the code enforcement process. So we're hoping to have that by the second reading. But other than that, I think this would, if we need to get it done before the end of the year, as we talked about in the very last meeting, because it has to go to the property appraiser's office. And
Okay.
that's all.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, if you can add.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes, so piggybacking off of what the city attorney has said, we are looking to move this ordinance forward to address the concerns of open storage. Requiring some further tweaking as far as definition. And we are looking into that with management. Our CRA manager has found some language in our sister city of Miami Gardens. And we want to bring that together and make this better address for the needs of Opa-locka, working with the attorney's office.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Dominguez? Oh, my apologies. Commissioner Baz?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Williams?
Yes,
Motion passes first reading.
thank you. At this time, Mr. City Manager, your city manager's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This will be a brief report. I appreciate Ms. Pruitt and her shout out. I appreciate all the hard work that our staff is continuing to do. As stated, we have exceeded over $1 million in collections on old water bills from major companies that haven't paid the city of Opa-locka in years. Some of those bills dating back to the 2015. So we are accomplishing something that's no administration prior to us has done. Also, we are approaching the $10 million mark for pulling down grants. As you know, the city of Opa-locka relies heavily on grants, and that is something that each department head has approached aggressively, none more so than our department head for capital improvement projects, Miss Adelina Gross. So I want to acknowledge her and taking the lead. Also, our police department has also been working very aggressively to pull down grants to help move our city forward. So I also like to acknowledge Chief Scott Israel in that effort. Approaching the $10 million mark in less than 6 months is a major hurdle for the city of Opa-locka. It's going to bring about a lot of change that we're excited to bring forward for the city of Opa-locka and its residents. I have nothing further in my report, Madam Mayor.
Madam Mayor, I do have a.
Yes, I was coming.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Attorney, I know you wanted to read into record.
Yes. This is an announcement for a closed door attorney-client session meeting. Notice is hereby given that a private closed door attorney-client session pursuant to section 286.011 Florida statutes will be held in the commission chambers, Shabundy Village Auditorium, 215 Purvis Avenue, Opa-locka, Florida, on December 14th, 2022 at 6 p.m. or will be moved to an adjoining room within the building where the auditorium is located. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the following pending litigation matters. 6:00 p.m., the City of Opa-locka versus Opa-locka Community Development Corporation, Inc., case number 2021-010170 CA01. And that will be at 6:00 p.m. And then at 6:30, Pelic Group USA LLC et al. Versus Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department, case number N 2022-020831 CA01. The following individuals will attend this meeting: Mayor Taylor, Vice Mayor Irvin, Commissioner Bass, Commissioner Kelly, Commissioner Williams, Interim City Manager Darvin Williams, City Attorney Bernadette Norris Weeks, Assistant City Attorneys Michelle Austin Pammies, and Candace Cobb. The estimated length of these sessions will be a total of 1 hour. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any official board reports?
No, Madam Mayor, but I'm sorry.
Okay. Been very
So
talkative
I'm not
tonight.
sure if the commission did want to move forward and cancel that second meeting in November. I believe it falls on November 23rd, which is the day right before Thanksgiving.
I thought you were gonna poll us. You want to know
No,
tonight?
if you can do it, motion second and a vote, I would appreciate it.
I thought you was gonna poll us.
If that's, no, ma'am,
What you mean?
I'm not gonna poll the commission on the cancellation of the meeting. Can you all do it tonight?
Special meeting.
I'm talking about the regular commission meeting that falls on the day before Thanksgiving. If it is the will of the commission to have that meeting canceled, then if you can please vote on that tonight?
I'm sorry, I thought we did vote on that.
No, ma'am.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, okay, that's what I was saying. I thought the last meeting it came up. Okay. So you want us to vote on canceling the 23rd? Got it. Okay.
If that is the will of the commission.
If that's the will of commission. Is that the will of the commission? I'll make a motion to cancel the meeting on November 23rd. Is it 23rd? 23rd. Regular commission meeting the day before Thanksgiving. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bass. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes,
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you very much.
thank you. Madam Clerk, any official, no, you said no board reports.
No, Madam Mayor.
Any future agenda items? No? Okay. Hearing none. Any mayor commission reports? Okay. Mayor commission reports. Well, I guess I'll speak. Y'all, everybody's so quiet tonight. I'll speak. First of all, I want to thank everyone in the great city of Opa-locka, this being my last night chairing the board. It has been an absolute thrill being your mayor. Clap it up. Thank you. Clap it up. I have thoroughly enjoyed my year on the dais as the mayor, and it has been the accomplishments that we have made within this year has been astronomical. And that's, for lack of a better word, astronomical is something my 6-year-old would say. But number one, today we signed the PBA contract, and there again is huge. And we have not had the PBA contract signed since 2014. 2014, that is absolutely huge in the city. So look for those pictures. We did that. It was huge. And so many things. You can see the development of the fencing around the park. You can see, of course, so many legislative items that have passed that are, we can see coming into fruition. So we're so excited. Thank you to the staff who has always been generous to me as your mayor, to allow me to vent, or, and I've never yelled, but to say what I need to say, and have always been there for me, and to the residents during this time. I just want to say, in the history of Opa-locka, becoming the vice mayor 1 year and the mayor the next. So I'm so excited to continue my tenure on the board for the remainder of the 2 years, and then, of course, perhaps after that. And of course, congratulations to all those that will be joining. Anyone else?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
it has been a pleasure working with you past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to working with you for the other 2 years that you have with us, and hopefully more. With that being said, I would like to invite everyone to come out and help us celebrate the late Commissioner Elvin Burt as we do a street naming in his honor. Is going to be on November 29th at 10 o'clock, northwestern intersection of Sultan Avenue and Curtis Drive. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And last but not least, I do want to acknowledge Commissioner Dominguez for her year serving on the board, and clap, clap, clap. And I would like to acknowledge Commissioner Davis. I call him our senior member, our grandpapa of the group, who has been here the longest out of us. 4 years on the commission, and we've learned so much. I know for me, so much, specifically fiscal responsibility. He is our fiscal audit and all that finances person. And so I look forward in the future, Commissioner Davis, to see you again.
Yes.
And that being said, Madam Clerk, do we have any official board appointments?
No, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Did you want to say? Oh, yeah.
Well, Madam Mayor, if you put me on the spot, I guess I'll say my last words. It's been a great opportunity to serve here in the great city of Opa-locka. I think when I started here, I was 23, 24 years old. I'm now 35. So in many respects, literally and both figuratively, I had the opportunity to grow up here in the city. I was raised, as you know, in the Bunch Park community, and later moved to Opa-locka off Rutland Street after graduating college. And my first job here in this city was as a community organizer for Opa-locka CDC, where I got to know the ins and outs of the community and was able to engage in some meaningful projects that really put a lot of smiles and touched a lot of people, and were able to make an impact in this community. So just excited and happy to be able to serve in this capacity for the past 4 years. As you know, I can't stay away from Opa-locka, so I look forward to engaging with this current commission, as well as the staff and our residents, to continue to move in the city forward. So thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much. And thank you as well.
Thank you. Can I say something?
Of
too?
course.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone, and I am proud to say that I was the first Hispanic woman to be appointed in the great city of Opa-locka. I've learned so much, and I've engaged so much with the residents and business owners and staff. And this is not the last of me, so I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna be engaged, I'm gonna be around and help the newcomers when whatever they need me. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'll see you soon. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. And we don't take it lightly. We are public servants. We are all public servants and we welcome all, you know, you don't have to sit here on the dais to serve the community. So anyone you hearing our voice, get involved. Like the song says, get involved. Madam Clerk. I'm sorry, you want to say something? Okay, yes, Commissioner Bass.
My apologies to Commissioner Davis and Commissioner Dominguez for not acknowledging you. We had our ups and our downs, but that's life. And I appreciate you all for serving, because it's not easy. Truth be told, this is a very, very hard job to do, most especially when you want to be and you are transparent, you're fair, and you're honest. This is a hard place to sit. I thank you all for serving. I have also requested from the clerk's office a proclamation for both of you. So hopefully we'll be able to get that to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn the commission meeting? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Motion
Motion.
to adjourn.
Thank you. Motion has been adjourned. We have concluded tonight's meeting. Great. Have a great evening.